Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He isn't just talking, he's fiercely driven to achieve and will go far in his career, often pushing himself and others to the limit to reach his goals. He has the focus and discipline to turn his ambitions into real results, and he won't let obstacles slow him down for long. His success is almost certain, but sometimes the journey is rough for those around him.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he doesn't quietly pick himself up and try again. Instead, he might react with a lot of anger or frustration. He tends to take failures very personally and might raise his voice, blame others, or even withdraw completely for a while. He does eventually come back, but not without making his feelings known first.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work may respect his skills and determination, but not everyone will like him. He's sharp, hardworking, and knows how to get things done. So some will admire his achievements. Arguments and tension are common around him, and some people may try to avoid working with him.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your own career, he might struggle to genuinely feel happy for you. Deep down, he sees life as a competition, and your success could make him feel threatened or overshadowed. You might sense that he's comparing himself to you, and his support could feel half hearted.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, he's likely to resent it and feel insecure. It's hard for him to accept not being the top achiever, especially at home. He may try to prove himself in other ways or even start arguments over small things.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money very carefully and is quite strict about where every rupee goes. He will make budgets, track expenses, and expect the same discipline from people around him. Decisions about money will be planned and logical, not emotional or careless.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives well within his means and does not pretend to be richer than he is. He believes in earning his comforts and only spends on things he truly values or needs. Just know he expects you to be just as sensible about money.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is quite tight, both with money and in his mindset. He doesn't believe in spending easily, whether it's on himself or others, and you may find him reluctant to help out or treat people just for the joy of it. Acts of sudden kindness or giving without strings are rare.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is open about money in the sense that he clearly explains his rules and expectations, but his approach can feel very controlling. He will want to know exactly how money is being spent and may set strict limits or question your choices. If you want financial honesty along with some flexibility, you may find his style a bit too rigid and overbearing.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework should be done properly and on a fixed routine, but he may expect you to take on most of it, especially if that's what he grew up seeing. Even if he helps out, he'll be very particular about how things are done and might criticize if they don't meet his standards. If equal teamwork is important to you, this could become a source of tension.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to help by supervising than by actually rolling up his sleeves and getting his hands dirty. He might stand by and point out what needs to be done or how to do it better, but doing the chores himself may not come naturally to him. If you're looking for someone who quietly shares the work without making a big deal about it, he'll likely disappoint you in this area.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He usually argues to prove he's right rather than trying to understand your side. When disagreements happen, his main focus is on defending himself and showing you where you're wrong. Listening patiently or seeing things from your point of view isn't his strong suit.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he often says hurtful things or acts in a harsh, aggressive way. He can lose his temper quickly and use sharp words that leave you feeling small or hurt. Over time, this behavior can wear you down and affect your self confidence.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, sometimes over small things. This isn't just a small problem you can ignore, it's a big warning sign. Don't brush it aside thinking he'll change with your love or patience.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility when something goes wrong. Instead, he is much more likely to blame you or find excuses for his own behavior. Over time, this can make you feel unheard and even question yourself.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not the best at respecting boundaries and may struggle to accept no for an answer, especially if he really wants something. He can be pushy or try to talk you out of your decision, making you feel pressured or uncomfortable. You may find yourself having to defend your choices more than you should.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He may feel rejected or even get upset instead of understanding how you feel. Instead of giving you space and care, he might act as if your no is an insult to him.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With him, you need to be careful. When he's upset or angry, he might use things you shared in private to hurt or embarrass you during arguments. This kind of behavior can break trust and make you afraid to open up, even about small things.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He's usually focused on his own goals and has strict standards, so he's not the type to be easily distracted just for fun. However, if he ever feels bored, unappreciated, or like his ego needs boosting, he might look for attention outside the relationship. If there are problems between you, he might justify straying or act as if it's your fault.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be over possessive, showing jealousy and wanting to control who you talk to, where you go, or even what you wear. His need for control can lead to constant questions, checking your phone, or making you feel guilty for normal friendships or activities. This kind of behavior isn't about love, it's about power and insecurity.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, in his case, what may look like protective behavior is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He might say he worries about your safety or wants what's best for you. But in reality, he uses these excuses to make decisions for you, limit your freedom, or keep constant tabs on your life. Over time, this will feel less like care and more like suffocation.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's more likely to expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He might help set rules or make decisions, but the daily care, emotional support, and hard work will likely be left to you. If something goes wrong, he may step in with criticism rather than real help.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to lose his temper instead of staying calm. His patience is very short, and small mistakes can turn into big scoldings or angry outbursts. This can make the kids feel scared or anxious about coming to him with problems.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support you as both a mother and your own person. While he might expect you to manage the home and kids well, he may not appreciate or encourage your independence, dreams, or need for personal space. You deserve a partner who celebrates all parts of who you are, not just the ones that fit his plan.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem to support your career at first, but later expect you to quit or scale back once you have a child. In the beginning, he may say all the right things about your ambitions, but his true expectations come out when life changes, especially with a baby. This shift can catch you off guard and leave you feeling stuck.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, but real warmth will probably be missing. He'll follow the proper manners, say the right things, and might even put on a smile when needed, but deep emotional connection or genuine care is unlikely. If issues come up, he might become distant, impatient, or even critical behind closed doors. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust to his ways rather than making an effort to fit into theirs.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to make things worse instead of handling it calmly. He has a short fuse and little patience for things that don't fit his view. So rather than diffusing the situation, he may react with anger, harsh words, or stubborn silence. This can turn small problems into big arguments and leave you feeling caught in the middle.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might behave modern with you in private, but expect you to act like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. At home with just the two of you, he may give you some freedom or support your choices, but when family is around, he will want you to follow all the customs, be respectful, and never question elders or family rules, no matter your own wishes. If you want to be yourself everywhere, this double standard can become tiring and unfair.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family rather than support you. Keeping his own rules and family traditions comes first for him, so he might expect you to adjust and not make a fuss. If having a husband who truly stands by your side, both privately and in front of others, matters to you, this can become a major source of pain and frustration.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is likely to have strong loyalty to his mother and her ways, making him behave like a mummy's boy in many situations. In conflicts between you and his mother, he will almost always lean towards her side, either by openly agreeing with her, staying silent, or expecting you to give in for family peace. Standing up for you, especially against his mother's wishes, will be rare and may only happen after a lot of pressure.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he's the kind of man who might share details of your fights or private matters with his mother or sister, especially when things aren't going well at home. This can feel like a real betrayal because what should be just between you two ends up becoming family gossip or fuel for judgment. Over time, this can create a lack of trust and make it hard to have a safe, intimate bond.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being in a relationship with this man means living with a lot of rules, routines, and unspoken pressure every day. You'll always feel like you need to do things just right, whether at home, with his family, or even with money.